Good morning, everyone. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Welcome back to the John Doc YouTube channel. Now, today is the 4th of July, so I hope you guys have a great 4th. Be safe out there. I didn't say it in the last video, so you'll see this like a day or two late. I'm sorry. I tried to do the daily vlog thing, but I get super busy, and sometimes I just don't have enough time in the day. If I had more time in the day, I'd definitely knock it out for you. But, like I mentioned in the last video, look at the Duramax. Nice and clean. There's nothing better than having a clean truck. Now this thing, I wouldn't say that it always gets neglected, but it definitely gets overlooked a little bit because this is honestly like my dream truck, but I get so busy doing everything else, working on the Trans Am, working on the Cow, messing around with the Civic with Wes, that sometimes like just setting aside the time to wash this, you know, it's tough to do. So I was at work and we have this gentleman that comes by and washes, you know, he'll wash the truck, he'll wash the trailer and everything like that, and I never do it, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll pay the man, let him wash it, and he knocked it out of the park, did a great job. I mean, pulls up in the van, washes it. The biggest thing is, look at the interior. I mean, for once, finally, like, it's just nice and clean, and I'm going to do my best to keep it that way because there's no better feeling than getting in a nice, clean truck, knowing that it looks good. And of course, first thing I did is I went and parked it in dirt and got, you know, just the little things. But I'm going to clean it up again today, put a nice layer of wax on it, put some Rain-X on it, and make sure we're looking good for a street car takeover. The biggest thing is the tow rig's got to look good. You can't show up to a race and expect to win if you don't show up looking good. If you show up there looking a mess, you got no shot. You don't even have a chance one bit. Today is, like I said, it's the 4th of July. It's in the morning. So what I'm going to do, Jeff and Martin are up at the shop working on Martin's truck. He has one of the new L5Ps. You guys have seen it before. So I'm going to run up there. I got to get rid of some of this stuff like the AC box. I think someone wants the carpet, but the AC box I'm going to get rid of, and the everything else. Yeah, the everything else, the wiring harness and all that stuff in this exhaust. I just have too much shit laying around here. The wiring harness itself, I mean, this right here, you guys could not even imagine how heavy all the wiring stuff is with all the fuse blocks. You'd be like, I'm in shock because I know how much is in that vehicle. I know there's way more in the Cow, and it is just so damn heavy. It is honestly remarkable. It's pretty wild taking all of that out. I mean, the car itself, I'll give you a sneak peek of the car if you haven't seen the video where we did finally just gut everything. But really the only thing that is left in it right now is the steering shaft, and then you'll see on each side the doors have some wires left in them because I do still want to run power windows. Oh, you got power mirrors in this bitch. This thing was optioned out. But other than that, yeah, there's nothing to it. So the next step for this guy here is we're going to hole saw it. We're going to make it look like Swiss cheese, get more weight out of it. And then we're going to start putting it back together and put it back together with more stuff. So it's going to get the Rock Solid Motorsports front end kit put on it. It's going to have all the PA Racing tubular K-member upper lowers, AFCO shocks, strange brakes. Then we'll put the stock tires back on it so the front end will kind of be taken care of. Pinto steering rack in there, manual rack. I'm going to have to get a new steering column. I'm going to get up with Motion Raceworks and get one of those with a nice wheel. And then we're going to take it down to J&J Fab. They're going to install the Rock Solid Motorsports front end. They're going to install a roll cage, custom roll cage. I think we're going to go with them. Coker Chassis is like my chassis shop. They're up in Pennsylvania. They're super busy. J&J Fab. Jason's my buddy right down the road, and he's like, dude, bring it by. We'll just knock it out quick. Kind of one of those things where this is a lot easier to do a cage in this than it is in the Cow. Now, Coker Chassis did the cage in the Cowmaro. Cage is absolutely badass. You won't find a cage for a 5th gen that fits as tight as it does. So if you do have a 5th gen, if you are looking for a cage, they do sell that as a kit. Everything is done 3D at Coker Chassis, so it's all in a machine. They click a button, it prints out all the dimensions, everything. You can get it pre-notched, pre-bent, and it will fit like a glove. There's spots on the car where you can't even slide a piece of paper through. It fits so tight to the headliner. The cage in the Cow is honestly, you won't find anything like it for 5th gen. The back half of the cage has an X in it, and it's literally identical to a Copo style back half of a cage. I got an X in the door. I got a bar across the roof. I have a dash bar. I mean, that cage is very, very good. All chromoly, super light. I think it weighs like 68 pounds in total, all of it. So it's just remarkable. If you are on the market for a cage for 5th gen, hit up Coker Chassis. The reason I also want to do it kind of local so I can cover as much as I can of the progress, because this is kind of like my deal. The cow wasn't really my deal. RPM built that. This is still, I still consider this one built by RPM. I'm part of RPM. I take all of their advice, all of their help. Every part that I order, I kind of double check with Ryan and Martin and see and make sure it's the right one and that it's what I need and that's going to work well. And honestly, it's the best out there, so they know. So that's what's going on with this. I'm super excited. Can't wait to see this thing really get the ball rolling. I think we're about done. Once we cut holes in it, we're done with the destruction of it, and now we can start adding shit to it. But for now, let me add this stuff into here so I can get rid of it. Alright, we got everything loaded up. The pile over here is not getting as bad. If you want a F-body floor mat that's in, I'd say, good conditions, like, that's the trunk. I mean, it's alright. But, I mean, as you can see, the carpet itself is not in bad condition. It's actually really good for how old the car is. Let me know, because I got it here. I'd rather not throw it out, rather just sell it to you for like $10. To questionably one of my favorite places on earth, RPM Motorsports, and it looks like Phillips up here too. If you guys remember way back, that's Phillips dually. He's the one that we raced, and before I was deleted, he put the gap on me. And then we got Jeff's Tahoe here, and Martin is inside with all the guys, and they are putting a programmer on his new diesel truck. Yes, I know, if any of you guys are deep into the diesel world, you realize there are no programmers available for the new L5Ps, but he has the Banks Derringer, which is like a new kind of state-of-the-art module that will add some horsepower while still keeping the DEF fluid and all that stuff, UGR and everything like that. So let's pop our head in there and see what they got going on. And the truck here that Philip has is questionably one of my favorite trucks of all time. I mean, it just looks so sweet. If I ever got a dually, I tried to buy this off of him, this exact truck. I mean, it's just like thick tint on the front windshield. I mean, it's just a good looking truck. It's just set up well and it's already deleted. What's up? I was just talking about how I want to buy your truck off you. I need a dually in my life. What's up, dude?
Hi.
Nice hat.
Thanks.
Where can you get those?
Your website.
The merch link below. What's up, Martin?
What's up?
Are you trying to unsauce yourself so you can't get sauced by me?
Unsauced.
Is that what you're doing?
We'll see.
Easy. So we race on the road out in front of the shop, which is a private closed road. And
Guess what? You're not undefeated anymore, bitch.
last night the crown was taken away from me. I was kind of taken off guard a little bit. Jeff shows up in his, well, he didn't show up, he was here, and then we were leaving, he was in his Tahoe, which everyone knows has LSA supercharger on it, and it wasn't quite fair. I felt bullied. I felt bullied. I left on him, and it sounded like there was a pro mod coming up behind me, and then pow, next thing you know, he's like doing a rolling burnout past me, and I'm wide open. So the road is no longer mine, I guess. I can't claim it as my road.
It's mine.
Now you see what all the street cars feel like that you pick on.
Oh, don't even do that.
All the daily drivers that you pick on at the racetrack.
It's not even like that.
It is.
It's not even like that. All right, so these guys are putting on the... Martin, what is this? Talk to me for a second about what's going on in your truck.
And the Derringer tuner on it.
So you got the new L5P, which you can't delete. So what does this do?
Gives you, this one's a switch model, gives you 2 tunes, about 60 horsepower.
So when it's all bump up in horsepower before they come out with a delete, if they ever come out with a delete. Yeah. And Jeff's doing an entire how-to install video, so you can check that out on his channel. Jeff, how are the instructions?
The instructions are not the best that come with the unit.
But your how-to video will be the best.
It will be fired.
So if you,
as Donnie would say, it will be 100.
so if you are looking to install one of these on your trucks, I'll put it in the tag, so you might find your way here talking about a Derringer. But if you're interested in installing one of these and you want to see how it's done, I'll put a link to Jeff's video, so go check that out, and he will learn you everything you need to know to install this properly like a true professional.
You know what the problem is?
What's the problem?
It feels like Saturday.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
It does, and we gotta go back to work tomorrow.
Alright, we got everything unloaded from the back except for the Bud Light box. You always got to keep one of those boxes in the vehicle. God, this just makes me dream of a dually right here. Just, I love it. So let's poke our heads in here. I think they just got done with the install. Jeff just wrapped up on installing that Derringer module onto Martin's truck. Man, you can hear the horsepowers. Can you hear the more horsepowers it's got? I can hear it. Wow, way faster now. A little sneak peek of the cow right there. Just living life in the back. Window painting forever. Alright, so everyone's rolling out of here. You got Philip in the dually, Jeff in the Tahoe. Everyone start dropping likes on this video, and Jeff will do a burnout. I don't want none. I don't want none. Do a burnout. Do a burnout. No. For the people. I told them if they liked this video, you'll do a burnout, and they just liked it. Everyone's lining up to do something stupid. This is what's going on here. For the people! Yeah, that shit's hilarious. All the workers over here just love it. So I just roll coal. I can't do cool burnouts, so I just roll coal.